This Langga is not like PJ, for instance, today. So it's a kampong. It's a kampong. He used to tell me so that that he goes to school barefoot, not because his father cannot afford it, but because his friend don't have shoes. So he thought, why should I wear shoes? Well, orang lain tak pakai kasut, why should I wear shoes? So he goes to. And he said one of his job to help his grandfather was to look after dia punya buffaloes, kerbau. And I remember he told me that he used to get paid 3 cents if he look after the buffalo grandfather. So grandfather give him a tip lah, macam kita tip. Sekarang ni orang tip tak 3 sen, orang tak nak lah. So he got 3 cents. So I think he
tak sabar, selain dari perangai menghormati orang, mengenali seseorang itu, bukannya mengenali seseorang itu daripada orang itu sendiri, tapi Tun selalu mengenali seseorang itu daripada asal usulnya. He will tell you who the father is, siapa mak dia, siapa asalnya dan sebagainya.
And I knew the character of Tun one very good character is that he could remember faces and names and the character of the guy.
Tun sebagai bos adalah seorang ketua yang sangat bertimbang rasa dan sangat senang untuk didatangi dia ataupun di approach kita orang.
Razak, to us, we have great admiration for his caring concern and mindfulness, integrity and loyalty towards his boss, his friends, colleagues, and the ruler.
To go to England, he had to choose a course. There were not many courses available for Malayans. Fortunately, law was one of them. And this, combined with his interest in the subject, made law the obvious choice. This is the Lincoln's Inn dining hall, where my father used to dine. It was a requirement that students had to dine a fixed number of times in order to be called to the bar. It was here that he socialized with his fellow students, practicing barristers, and even judges. This is the council room where the benches meet amidst the splendor of the portrait and coat of arms of some eminent benches. In his later years, he was made an honorary bencher. It was an honor that he was very proud of. Benchers are the highest ranking members of Lincoln's Inn. It is awarded, amongst others, to people who, though not practicing, had achieved important positions in other walks of life.
Of my late father, because he was involved in all aspects of government policy since independence until today. For example, the Razak report was really the foundation of our national education policy and our national education system. It is still the guiding framework until today.
The heritage that he bequeathed, he gave to our future generation the prosperity of today, the progress, the stability, and the rapid growth was due partly, if not mainly, to the introduction of this new economic
Tun
policy.
Abdul Razak also focused much on education, for he had recognized the central role of education in national development. Among other initiatives he had taken was to establish another university, the University Kebangsaan Malaysia.
Walaupun Allahyarham tu sibuk, dia tidaklah mengabaikan bahagian keluarga. Dan waktu kita senang tak ada urusan negara, ada jamuan ke, kita selalu makan bersama-sama anak-anak lah. Waktu itulah kita berbincang pasal sekolah, kerja sekolah dia, apa lagi pun arwah ambil berat tentang sekolah.
From the personal point of view, as a father, as a head of our family, he was extremely concerned, although he didn't really have that much time, considering that he was such a very busy person in the political arena, which takes up so much time. But despite the time constraint and the fact that politicians really belong to the people, as they say, he was deeply concerned about, particularly about how we progress in our schoolwork and our achievements, particularly in terms of our academic achievements. I still remember that he used to wait anxiously to see our monthly report card, which today a lot of people take for granted. But to him, it was a big event. Like he used to look forward to seeing it and to see that we are at the top of the class, not just amongst the best, but to be the best. And
quality time he gave me, you know. When I was born, he was already Deputy Prime Minister. He wanted to be Prime Minister, so he was very busy as a politician. But he always had time for me when I needed it. Of course, I went to my mother for most things because she was around the house and my father was busy. But when I needed him, he'd always give time. In fact, I remember one occasion when the parliamentary session was disrupted because I needed to talk to him on the phone. He even walked out of Parliament to take the call from me. I needed some advice about something. He did that. He always would sit down with me when I had my report cards. He'd always inquire about my studies. So whenever I needed him, he was there. And I will never forget that because I was conscious that he was so busy. Didn't want to disturb him, didn't want to trouble him. But it's very clear that his priority was the family. I mean, if nothing was wrong, it was fine, then, you know, we were left on our own. But if we needed him, he was always there. I spent not quantity time, but quality time with him.
I do remember him as being a very kind person and someone who used to take great pains to be with his family despite his very busy schedule. One, of course, remembers certain very special moments. I recall, for instance, my birthday. I think it's my 6th or 7th birthday, when he strained himself, obviously, to attend my birthday party. During it, I actually had a quiet moment. I think it's even captured in a picture somewhere where I stood there hugging his tummy, and I think remember the time thanking him very much for taking the time.
For you children are the future citizens of our country. It is upon your shoulders rest the hopes and aspirations for the future of the new Malaysia. You are the new Malaysia.